Hey beautiful people, welcome back again to the channel. It's Dale here and I am your captain. So as you can already tell, the background has changed, and this is because I'm currently in Singapore. Now I will be telling you how I got my visa and how you can get your visa to enter into Singapore. Okay, so Singapore is an amazing country that a lot of people would talk about and definitely would visit in their lifetime. But if you're a Nigerian passport holder, you definitely need a visa. There are some countries that do not need a visa to enter into Singapore for a period of time, but as long as you are with that green passport, you definitely need a visa. Okay, so regardless, even if you have an Australian permanent resident or if you are a permanent resident in the UK, you need a visa. Still, as long as you have that passport, that's all that matters. I was told at the border. Very bitter truth. Okay, let's go into the step-by-step process. Now, there are 3 ways you could get a Singapore visa. I am talking about visit visa, okay? So let's be on the same page. The 3 ways you can get a Singapore visit visa. The first one is to do the e-visa application, which is the most simple one, and that's what I did. I'll be telling you all about it. The second one is you applying through a verified agent. So they've got agencies that you can register with. It's all on their website. I'm going to put all the link in the description box, okay, to use them to get your Singapore visa. Now the third one, which is application done by yourself in person at any of their embassies or any of the consulate address. Okay, here in Australia we only have one, which is the one in Canberra. That's where their embassy is. However, you can go through third-party agents. So they have a center in Sydney, but that is through a third party. Anyways, let's go into the way I used to apply. So what are the requirements? The first requirement, you have to have a valid passport, which is a minimum of 6 months validity. It needs to be valid within the next 6 months of your travel date. Okay, now after that you need to have tickets, flight tickets to and fro. Okay, you need to have 2-way tickets. Either you're going back to the country of origin or you're going out of Singapore, you need to show that. You need to have a hotel reservation, okay, for the number of days you'll be staying in Singapore. Now you need to have a valid reason why you're traveling. Is it for tourism or whatever? You need to state that as well. You need to have a passport photograph that it has been taken in the last 3 months. Okay, now these are the major requirements. The other thing you need to do is you need a Singapore citizen or a Singapore permanent resident to file for this e-visa, because you as a Nigerian passport holder, you cannot file for e-visa yourself. It's weird, right? It was a struggle for me because I had not really planned on coming to Singapore. You all know I'm going to Thailand, right? But I just decided to do Singapore here because it's close to Thailand, just 1 hour 30 minutes away from Thailand. So I was like, let me do 2 countries at the same time, because Australia is far, so you want to utilize any time you have. Okay, so I had to check on the website and read about everything. I wanted to go to in person, apply through the third party in Sydney, but I didn't have enough time because it takes a while. But if you do e-visa, it would be like 3 days, your visa will be out. So, and it's cheaper, okay, to do the e-visa. So I wasn't able to do the in-person application in Sydney, so I had to do the e-visa. Now when I say you need to get a Singapore citizen or Singapore permanent resident, that is the major requirement, otherwise you can't get e-visa. Okay, when you have all the other requirements, your flight ticket, your hotel reservation, and your passport photograph as well, you look for someone that is in Singapore to help you file for your e-visa. Now, to be honest, I didn't have any close friend that is from Singapore. So what I did, if you follow me on my social media, is I had to put out a post that I am looking for a permanent resident or a Singapore citizen to help me. And my friend luckily had a close friend. I want to say thank you so much if you ever get to watch this video. I don't know if she watches all my video, but if you do watch this video, thank you so much for linking me up with your friend that helped me. So I had a friend that had a Singapore coursemate, so she helped me with the application. Now your contact person would have to download an app called SingPass. SingPass is the app that your contact person needs to have. Now this person doesn't necessarily need to be living in Singapore. She lives in the UK, but she's a Singapore citizen. Okay, so she helped me. She had the SingPass already. I think that's an app that almost all Singapore citizens have. I don't know, but maybe people that travel a lot do have it because she already had it before then. So what she needed to do was to file for an e-visa for me. Now, the only thing she required was my full name, my biodata of my passport. She required my flight ticket, my hotel reservation, and also my passport. She required some other details on where I lived, my address, and all that information, what I do for work, how much I earn per year. If I remember, I'm just going to put some of the questions on the screen, but just regular information about you, what you're going to do in Singapore, how long you'll be there, when you're leaving, blah blah blah, and all that. She put all the information in. Now, they didn't ask me for bank statements, they didn't ask me for any police certificates. Thailand did that to me. They didn't even ask me for my Australia visa. I don't know if it's because Australia visa is online, probably they checked it themselves. I don't know, don't quote me on that, but they didn't ask me in particular to submit my Australia visa. Okay, so I don't know what went on with that, but remember that Australia is e-visa, so probably they have the database to just check it, but who knows. Now that's all they asked. They didn't ask me for proof of anything, employment or anything. Okay, that was just it. Now you need to make a payment of 30 Singapore dollars. Okay, 30 Singapore dollars. She makes the payment with her card, and that's it. They'll send you an email to confirm that your application has been received by then, and it will take a minimum of 3 to 4 days to get approved. Now mine took exactly 3 days before it was approved, as we submitted on Friday was before the bank holiday, so bank holidays are not included. The day you submit is also not included, so they said Monday was a bank holiday, and from weekends are not also counted. So from Tuesday to I got the visa on Thursday night, I think. So yeah, so these are the process to get your Singapore visa. If you're going to do in person, they might ask you for more documents, but these are the basic documents I use in applying for my visa. I hope you find this visa process easy. When I got the e-visa via email, that was it. And to be honest, when I got into Singapore, they didn't even ask me for the visa. And out of my curiosity, of course, I'm a travel vlogger, he just asked me for my passport and input my details, and that was it, and he let me to go. And I was curious, and I asked him, you haven't even asked me for my visa? He said no, he doesn't need it. I'm like, why? Because I've heard so many things about there's transit free visa for 96 hours. So I asked him, is it that I never needed a visa to enter Singapore? And he told me that no, I do need a visa to enter Singapore. And then I was like, why didn't you ask me for the visa? So he was like, it's online, so he's already seen it, so he doesn't need me to present anything. And honestly, it was seamless. So I went on for that to just engage him and ask him, why am I not qualified for the 96 hours? And he said, oh, because of my passport, that we are not allowed to do that. But anyways, it was very seamless. I didn't have any issue getting into Singapore. So yeah, this is the visa process. Of course, you know that the Singapore vlogs are coming. I've already filmed a hotel tour, so wait for that. But yeah, this is the whole process, and I hope it helps you if you ever plan on coming to Singapore. I'll see you all later. Bye.